Hey guys, what's going on? It's Andre again with another video. These are Ventures, standard Ventures, not hollow. Yeah, anyways, we're gonna set these up. I've actually skated before Ventures a bunch of times. They actually have been really good, but the first time I ever skated Ventures, I actually hated them. They were probably like the worst truck in my opinion. But then afterwards, I tried them like years later, and then things change, you know? Sometimes also distributors just start to make them differently. That's kind of why like some other trucks like are kind of shitty now. These are like a bit older Ventures. One thing I don't like about them, see how they're super wide? They don't really need all that metal. It just kind of looks ugly in my opinion. Not a nice looking truck. The lows actually look a lot nicer. I actually skated like the 149s. Those trucks don't look as bad, probably just because they're wider. I don't know, for some reason, once it goes to the 139s, it just feels way too tall kind of. But anyways, I'm gonna set this up. The last time I skated Ventures were Venture lows, and they were actually really good. Like I like them a lot, because I feel like the newer they're getting, the better turning they have. Before it was just way too stiff of a truck. You wouldn't be able to really get that great of a turn on it. It's kind of weird because the tensors weren't stiff, so they were just wheel bite mania on tensors. We'll just have to see and find out what happens with these trucks. And they're given to me by my homie Sadiq, who is filming right now. Thanks, Sad. All right, guys, well, this board's a 7.8. It's the only board that I have that actually kind of fits these trucks. I have just like a bunch of wide boards at home right now, so bear with me. One thing that's annoying about Ventures is the tool. Come closer. Other trucks, you don't have to have it like sideways like that, so sometimes it slips, you know, but it's not that big of a deal, but it is a little bit annoying. So we got the trucks on. Yeah, look at those babies, those somewhat ugly babies. Something that's sick about them is there's so much space, like there's so much clearance on your trucks for Smith grinds. Can you see the kingpin? Yes. See, like this ledge is not even waxed. It's like rounded, it's chunked, but I still don't think the kingpin is touching. Is it? Like, look at the clearance. Like, you look at this clearance. Thunders have pretty good clearance too. Independents do have good clearance now. Even Tensors didn't have much clearance, but afterwards, Tensors became
different. Like these are older tensors now.
Like they have like these new tensors that are so different. Maybe I'll make a video about those trucks if you guys are interested. These trucks definitely have the most clearance out of any truck that I've ever skated. So now I'm gonna set up the wheels. Bones wheels are the best. The only wheels that I ride, they last forever. Look at them. Like they look like they're done. Like most other wheels would be done, but Bones last so long even when they're at the ending point. In my opinion, the best is when the board is not perfectly flush with the truck, so it's like a bit inside. It's perfect for tray flips, switch trays, and stuff like that. When the board is bigger than the trucks, it actually makes the board flip better for tray flip because there's more lean to it. But when the board is perfectly flush, there's not as much lean, but it's a lot better because you don't get wheel bite. There's a lot of interesting ways to pick trucks and boards, how they sit together. So they're 139s. They fit perfectly for like an 8 board, 8-1. It's like a little bit off, but we'll see how it works. Seems pretty light, might just be the board. Now we're just gonna go head to the park. I have to say that by far Venture probably has the nicest logo in my opinion. I just like the V, and the t-shirts are sick. I'll explain what I like and what I don't like about these trucks and how they grind and how they make the board flip. So before we go to Thompson, we're gonna do some grinds on this yellow curb. One of the best feelings is new trucks. The grinding feeling of new trucks feels really good. It's one of the best feelings. So the ground is pretty rough here and you can't really get that great of an angle, and it's slightly uphill. It's not the reason why it's kind of hard, I feel like Ventures aren't the best for slappy grinds. Too stiff of a truck, you know? Unless if you really loosen your truck, if you loosen it a lot, then it will work. I still have to say the best trucks for slappies are probably Indies, Thunders, but Indies 100% are the best slappy trucks. This isn't even really waxed. Like, I wanted to skate the one that doesn't really have like wax on it. It's throwing me off trying to pinch into anything. And almost like the curve is almost like downhill. Yeah, it is. The hell? All right, well, maybe I'll try to slap your front crook once just to see if it works. Barely grind.
Rolling.
All right, so I went to the curbs. We didn't have any wax. They're not the greatest curbs anyways, the slappy. As you can see, there's a bee on me. So we're gonna like test the response on them, how they turn right now. So not bad turning, not the greatest, but it's pretty good. This is more of like a stiffer truck, I feel like, so you can really pop your tricks and get them a lot higher. It's just more of a stable type of truck. Holy crap, there was a bee on your finger earlier. Now the bee's gonna attack me. No. These Venture trucks are actually really good if you're looking for a solid type of truck. The turning's not as good as, say, an Indy or like a Thunder, but it's still pretty good turning, and you can always just kind of loosen it a bit. But it's more meant for a stable truck. Like if you see skateboarders that ride these trucks, they're pretty solid skateboarders, most of them. Back in the day with like Stevie Williams, like he would always just pop his shit really hard, and you need like a really crisp pop, and that's something this gives you. It gives you that really like flat pop where you can actually hit the nose and tail good if the trucks are tuned accordingly to your weight. So now we're gonna just test the response on the pop. So we're just gonna do some ollie, switch ollies, and some kick flips and those fun tricks. All right, we did some ollies and some shove-its, and it feels really solid, feels really strong. I actually like the way pop shove-its feel on Ventures, probably because the thing I was saying about the stiff truck. This truck is a really stiff type of truck. It used to be stiffer than ever, but now it's like not as stiff, but it still just has a nice like solidness to it, you know? What's up with this bee, man? It just like wants to attack me. Oh God. the bee, man. Fuck. So let's try some kick flips and switch flips and a whole bunch of other tricks. So I'm not going to talk as much right now for the skateboarders that just want to see skateboarding. All right. Oh man. I'm just doing a YouTube video about Ventures.
Really?
Just look up Andres Matt Greek and you'll probably find it. Andres Matt Greek skateboarding.
I do like a video with Ben.
I like it. I like that switch feel. You don't have to film me say I like it. That sounds really good. Like. touch, so it's gonna count.
Oh, that was so weird.
So the tray flip actually felt kind of weird because since these trucks are a bit bigger than my actual board, it's hard to tip it. Like, zoom in right here, like it's hard to like really tip it to get that wheel bite, and that's like kind of how you do like tray flips and switch trays. So now it's like more of like I'm popping and I'm just like kind of trying to just flick it. It doesn't spin the same, but it still works. But let's see if a switch tray works. Well, the thing is, when you pinch the wheel, like I was talking about, it also has the board lifted like that, so then your back foot can actually really push it around. But if you can't do that, then it's gonna like kind of like flip halfway or not flip and those type of things. Little tic tac. I'll take it, but I don't like it. Usually that trick feels really good, but not that one. So for flat ground, it's pretty good because it's really stable, so you can really just like balance a lot better. It's really good for people that can't really balance that well on a skateboard, I would imagine. Probably be a really good beginner truck. I don't know, everything flipped quick. It just felt solid. And for flat ground, I always like a nice crisp pop, so it works out really good. All right, so we're gonna move on to the flat bar. Don't want to obsess too much on a bunch of flat ground tricks. So we're just gonna do some basic grinds. And so far, I have to tell you, these trucks seem okay. Like Thunders are really, really good. Indies are really good if you like a really powerful, like heavier truck. Ventures, I don't know. Like I like the lows more, I would say, than the highs, but I just like a quick response. So yeah, you should just try them out yourself because I think they're all right. You might think they're amazing, or you might think they just completely suck. Well, anyways, let's go to the rail now, which is right here. Slow as can be, so you can see the grind. Let's see the grind. Let's see it. Stop filming. Really nice. The clearance, amazing. Like it's actually the best. You don't have to worry about snagging and dying. It's pretty great. So now we're gonna do 50-50, which is the death trick for me. It's messed up because I'd rather do a switch hard flip backflip down a rail. Wow. Holy fuck! Or like a bigger flip front board down a rail.
Whoa!
Then a front 50. And you might experience why it's gonna happen, if that makes any sense. But yeah, when I was a kid, I actually was, I think I was like 15, and I was trying to learn how to front 50, and I like shot out like this. Like I'll show you. I hit my legs on the rail, and the rail was this high, and I hit my head. And when I was a kid, I was like kind of like, holy shit, I hit my head for the first time. That was scary. But afterwards, I remember I was playing a game of skate with my buddy Brad, and he did a 50-50, and I tried to do a 50-50 again. This time I fell flat on my back. and I had this sharp pain for like 3 minutes, and I was screaming. Like every 10 seconds it'd be like like it was just like the most randomest thing ever. I remember Brad was like, what the hell's wrong with you? Like, didn't understand. I don't know what it was, but it fucking hurt. And then I actually got pretty good at 50s at Walson Park. I was zooming them down, like the rails, all of them. And then I was like, okay, it's time for that red rail. And the red rail is a pretty big rail. And I ended up getting into like a front feeble and sticking at the top and falling so hard on my shoulder and hitting the side of my head. And like, ever since that, I was like, holy crap, I don't want to do this trick ever. It's the scariest thing ever. But for other people, it's like the easiest trick ever. Like it's like the first trick they do down like a big handrail or something like that. Yeah, so we'll try it. Hopefully I don't die. All right. Right before I popped, I hit like a piece of wood and I was like, oh god, this is a bad sign, I'm gonna eat shit. Okay, let's try to get a bit more 50-50s. Maybe I'll get my confidence back on this tiny little fun rail. That was so scary. I was like, I started to like kind of like tumble like that. It's funny because you're probably looking and you're like, this guy can do 50-50s on rails. No. It's scary as fuck. I'm not lying. Yeah, I did a couple of quick tricks on the flat bar too, and they grind really good on the flat bar. It was really nice for feeble grinds because of that. That's like amazing. It's perfect if you don't like to snag your kingpin. So far these trucks have been pretty good. I consider them like a bit above average, and nothing special in my opinion. They have a really solid feel, are really good for like manuals and like for locking into stuff. They're really good, but at the same time, like I kind of like my board to have a bit more of a turn. So if these trucks were on like a bigger board, it might feel a bit better, but it feels like really tipsy. It feels like I'm gonna tip over, you know? So yeah, on the ledges, it grinds really good, has a nice pinch. I tried to do a fake flip without adjusting my feet. It doesn't work. All right, so I did a bunch of basic manuals just to see how they work, and they're actually really, really good for manuals. Like I said before about the ledges, these are really good, like a street truck. Like they're really good for nose manuals, like probably one of the best trucks for like manuals and shit. So they don't like I don't know, they don't like get wheel bite that easily, especially because they're high. I really like the lows, but I'm starting to like these trucks too. They're pretty good.
working?
Yeah, it just like works really good for like pinching into grinds and just holding grinds. They grind nicely. They're good for like when I did that front blend, like you won't stick with these because it kind of like sticks out compared to Thunders, which Thunders actually don't stick out, which is the only thing I don't like about Thunders. Everything else about Thunders I really like, but these are great for like back tails and like front blunts and stuff like that. They're really smooth, they're really solid. They're good for ledges, they're good for flat ground. This is definitely like a street type of truck. You know, it's probably why PJ Ladd skates them, P-Rod skates them, Mickey Papa skates them. A lot of people that skate the highs, I noticed they have like a lot of pop, and it makes sense because you want to have like a really solid snap when you pop a trick high. And you look at Torrey Pudwell, you look at like Nick Tucker has the craziest pop. So yeah, definitely if you want to pop your shit high, skate these trucks.
Like, look at that. Look at all that space. And look how dipped it is. It's pretty dipped.
Do a Smith grind. You can dip it this low.
You literally don't touch the kingpin at all.
Right there is when it starts to like snag, which is like you're already like almost on the ground. Good shit.
So let's do a Smith grind and see how it works.
Yeah. So that's the end of the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys liked the Venture truck review. I'll see you in the next one. No. My toes hit the ground. Oh. Nope. Nope. Whoa. You guys have a good day, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.